Hey, don't bother Cody today because there's a new book that is right up his alley. He's standing by with the best-selling author behind the new high-concept novel.
Indeed, we have Neal Shusterman joining us right now. Talk to us about his new book called Game Changer. Neal, it says in the front of the book there are infinite ways to do the wrong thing. Is this book about me?
I think it's about all of us.
Okay, set this up. This is a great idea. It's a crazy story, but tell the folks at home what we're going to read inside of this.
It's about a high school football player who tackles so hard that his tackles bounce him into alternate universes. And
yeah,
it's also, I mean, it's really a story about empathy, about learning empathy.
So he goes into these alternate universes and he starts to learn a little bit about himself because things are a little different.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fairly oblivious, white, heterosexual kid, but in the course of the story, he has all of his notions of the world and of himself challenged. He has this crash course in racism, sexism, homophobia, and privilege through all of these world-bending universes that he finds himself in.
It is fantastic. It's a great read, man. I was blowing through this thing. I was loving it, absolutely loving it. Who is this for? Is it a YA book or is it open for everybody? I mean, all books are open for everybody, but is it more tailored to a younger crowd?
It is YA, but the way that I write YA, I try to write stories that appeal to adults as well as teenagers. I find that adults get as much out of them as teenagers do. Because it speaks to, that part of us that is always going to be that teenage character that's questioning.
You just nailed it. You just nailed why I love YA stories so much, because it does. It reminds me of that kid that I was growing up. I didn't realize that's what I was doing. Thank you for fixing that in my brain for me. Can I bother you with some writing advice? I've been working on 4 novels for 10 years. What can you give, any advice to people out there that are just typing away out there? What can you tell them?
Finish it. Writing, you have to get through that first draft, and then you have to keep rewriting. I mean, rewriting is the most important part of the process. And then when you're done, get on to the next one and the next one, and read out of your comfort zone, read things that you might not normally read, because that's how you grow as a reader and how you grow as a writer.
Very nice, very nice. And then one last question for you. Where did the idea for this come from? Were you watching a football game and somebody took a good lick or something like that, or what happened?
I was actually at a school doing a school visit speaking to students, and the kid asked, "How come you've never written a book about football?" And I said, well, if I have an idea that lends itself to including football, I'd write it. And then that night I came up with this idea of this kid whose tackles are so hard that he bounces into alternate universes, and I couldn't sleep that night. And the idea stayed in the back of my mind for a long time until I connected it with things that are going on socially in the world, and realized that I could use this story to talk about relevant social issues. And that's what got me excited about telling it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Neal. I really appreciate it. I enjoy your work a lot, but this book is great. It's really good. It's really, really good.
Thank you.
I hope everybody gets a chance to read it. Neal, thank you so much. It's called Game Changer. It is out now. And if you're in my neighborhood, I might share this in my little free library because I want people to read it as well. Thank you so much, Neal.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
I'm telling you, that line, there are infinite ways to do the wrong thing. That is so my life story.
It's a game changer. Thanks, Cody.
For being such a bad tackler in high school. I didn't want to put myself into another dimension.
Yeah, I understand.
That's exactly what it was.